Hello and welcome to Harpejji Talk, the only video series in the world where I say stuff about the harpejji. My name is Valter, and in the previous video I shared some knowledge about cabling and amping the various harpejji models, and this time I want to talk about physically setting up your harpejji in a way that makes you feel healthy and happy physically while you play. It's super important to get the beginning just right, so you would feel good even after decades of hardcore practice. So here are a couple of quick tips on what to do and what to avoid when you set up your instrument. There are probably two most popular positions for playing the harpejji, standing up or sitting down. Now, regardless of whether you like to stand or sit while you play, there are two key factors to your physical well-being as a harpejji player. First and foremost, your posture. Try and make sure you stand up or sit up straight with your back sort of stretched upwards slightly and your whole upper body sort of proud feeling. So your shoulders down and relaxed and your neck relaxed as well. Super important. And in the beginning, I would actually check my upper body every 2 or 3 minutes to make sure there's no extra tension, that everything can move freely. You should be able to move your upper body freely at any given moment while you play and practice. Secondly, equally important, the height of your instrument. Now, if your instrument is too low, then the angle of your wrist will become a problem. So it will look a bit like this. So a lot of tension will gather here. At first, you might feel slight discomfort or tiredness, but in the long run, it might result in inflammation or cramps, so nasty stuff. And the other way around, not good either. All the tension in your tendons here, your joints, your muscles, not good. So try and make sure your forearm is sort of aligned with your wrist, but your wrist is slightly tilted, so it's slightly like hanging. So your fingers will be able to move completely freely on the harpejji. So aligned with your wrist, aligned with your forearm, just a slight tilt. Now, in order to be able to adjust the height of your harpejji and the height of your seat, you will probably need exactly a height adjustable harpejji stand and a height adjustable seat. I can't say I'm 100% sure that every keyboard stand will work with the harpejji, but the odds are the first standard keyboard stand that you look at will probably work with any harpejji model. The only real exception I see is the keyboard stand that's meant for two keyboards at the same time. But any X-shaped or like table style keyboard stand should probably fit the harpejji just fine. About the seat, my obvious choice would be like a soft and height adjustable piano stool or keyboard stool.
Well, yeah, if you are very good piano players, you will definitely find comfortable, healthy setups for harpejji very quickly. It is like piano. But if you are a bad piano player, I say you take one lesson with harpejji from piano teacher. Piano teacher will tell you how setup will make sense, how it will be physically like this back and everything looking good, so you will be very happy harpejji players.
Now some quick advice on volume. Whatever it is you are using to amplify your harpejji sound, turn up the volume to a higher setting than you think is actually necessary. It will allow you to play with a softer touch, because you are still tapping your fingers against a wooden board and you don't want to do it as hard as possible all the time. So once you crank up the volume just a bit, you can play softer. And also, it will make your playing a lot more musical, because the harpejji has a very wide dynamic range. So this means you can play from almost inaudible to very loud using only your fingers, only the touch. So you don't change your volume settings, you just change the pressure you apply to the strings. So you will save your fingertips from a lot of stress, and you will also become a better musician. On top of all the practical tips, I would really like to give you a word of encouragement. So you would go and really explore your harpeggi as passionately as humanly possible. Because usually studying an instrument means a lot of practice and sort of making a series of discoveries that have already been made for you, in fact, by your teacher or your teacher's teacher, and so on and so on. So with the harpeggi, you can actually explore something for the first time in the world, because it's such a new concept that in case you discover something, you might just be the first person in the world to discover this. So I think I have experienced this on many occasions. I can't be sure, but it really is the greatest feeling in the world. Like, imagine coming up with a playing technique that no one even knew about. Like, how cool is that? I mean, we can really feel like we're all little Columbuses exploring the harpeggi world and sort of finding uncharted territories. And there's nothing better than this in music, for me at least. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If there's anything you would like to know about the harpeggi, please leave a comment and I will do my best to come up with the answers. So thank you so much for watching. This was Harpejji Talk, I think episode 3 already. So I will see you in fact, you will see me in the next video on Harpejji Talk. Bye.